So did you ever ask yourself, cabbage and black eyes for New Year's? Why? Well, today I'm going to go over that a little bit, and I'm going to show you a recipe I make for cabbage. So traditionally in my house, my family, we have cabbage and black eyed peas for New Year's Day. What the cabbage symbolizes or represents is money or prosperity. What black eyed peas represents, and I'm going to have another video on that coming up, is luck. So what I always make on New Year's Day is smothered cabbage. I throw some sausage in there. You're going to see it in this video. It's amazing. So take one head of cabbage. I don't ever use two heads of cabbage at first because I like it to basically it takes up too much room in the pot. So as cabbage cooks, it is similar to spinach and stuff. It shrinks down to almost nothing. So it's just easier to handle with one head of cabbage first. So you want to get that cut up. And now, I'm using a smaller cast iron pot here, but it's still a decent size. And one head of cabbage pretty much fills it up for now. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon and a half of oil. And that's just going to help it kind of brown a little bit. The cabbage, there's no real trick to cabbage. It takes a long time. This cabbage took me about almost 3 hours. So what I do is I make big batches. And then I freeze what I don't use. And I take out one bag at a time. I'll brown it a little bit more and add sausage to it. And then I'll serve it as one dish. Now as this cooks, you'll be surprised at how much it's going to shrink down. So it's going to wilt. The cabbage is going to get soft. You're going to see later that it's going to gain some because I actually put another head of cabbage in here after. So this recipe is going to be for 2 heads of cabbage. Cabbage is great because it's really inexpensive and you can get 2 or 3 heads, especially around New Year's. I mean, here in the South, it drops down to like 30 cents a pound or something. So you can get quite a bit. So if I'm making it in big batches, I'm going to add more water and pretty much boil the cabbage down in a much larger pot and then separate it. So what I'm showing you here is from the head of cabbage to the final product. As you can see now, I keep covering it, letting it cook for about 20 minutes. Check on it because you don't want it to burn. You want it to start sticking and browning, but you don't want it to burn because that's just going to give off a nasty flavor. All right, here you go. So as you see, it's really starting to take on a better color. It's starting to, it's really wilted now. But eventually it's going to lose pretty much all texture. You're not going to be able to really see the cabbage leaves anymore. Here's me just playing with the camera. I thought the shots here were beautiful. As beautiful as cabbage can be, I guess. And along with the sausage, I do want this cabbage to absorb some flavor. So I'm going to add some chicken stock. I'm probably going to add maybe a cup of chicken stock. And just let it kind of cook in that chicken stock. It's going to absorb the flavors really nicely. So get that stirred in. That's also going to allow it to kind of boil and break down further. Alright, I've been stirring it. I'm going to zoom in here, let you guys get a good shot of what it's looking like. Yeah, now it's really starting to take on the form I want. I want it to be a little bit more broken down than this. And you're going to see at the end. Alright, now we're going to cover it. And we're going to let it cook some more. Now that I add the liquid though, I'm not too worried about it sticking. Alright, here's about another 25 minutes later. Just checking on it. And you want to cook this right now about over medium heat. Medium to medium high heat. Cabbage, especially in a cast iron pot, it's pretty resilient. It has to be on there for quite a while on pretty high to burn. But you can see this cabbage is starting to really break down, which I'm really liking. Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that. Alright. Now we're going to scoop out the cabbage. Because I like to brown the sausage before adding it to the cabbage. But I don't have another pot and I don't want a dirty one. So I'm going to take the cabbage out, put it in a bowl. Then add my sausage and brown it. We're going to see. Alright, now the pot's pretty much empty. I have, this is Hillshire Farms, but you can use whatever sausage you want. Manda, whatever. Anyway, I cut them into about 1/4 inch thick slices. They're not all perfect, so some are larger, some are smaller, but they all brown up just the same. Alright, as you can tell, they've been on there for about 5 minutes now, and they're starting to really brown. They're going to get more brown too as I cook them, but I just wanted to kind of stop and show you what they're looking like now. Yeah, those goodies are going to stick on the bottom. You want to get it stirred. Just brown them up, and then we're going to add the cabbage back, but we'll get to that. Alright, now you can tell the sausage is really getting brown. This is pretty much the color I'm going for. Now we're going to add a little bit of chicken stock to that to deglaze the pan. Or the pot, I should say. Alright, so now the chicken stock's been added. Now we're going to add our seasoning. I'm going to probably go with like I would say a tablespoon of Nunu seasoning or any other Cajun seasoning. Maybe a little bit more. You're always going to want to season to taste at the end. Just in case it's either under seasoned. Hopefully it's not over seasoned because that's a little harder to deal with. You just got to make a little bit more. Now we're going to add our cabbage. Alright, you want to get that mixed in really good. That's pretty much it. That's all the steps. Everything that is going to be added has now been added. Now we're going to basically cook this down, try to get some of the liquid out. It's still going to continue to absorb those good flavors from the sausage, from the brown sausage, and the chicken stock, and the seasoning. Can't never go wrong with the Cajun seasoning. So let this cook out and check back on it a little bit later. Okay, so once a lot of the liquids have boiled out, this is basically all I'm doing now is I'm showing you what it's supposed to look like. This is me admiring what I've made. And it really is as good as it looks. I don't know if this looks good to you. It looks delicious to me. But this is the smothered cabbage. It's the exact same way my mom used to make it, except she wouldn't add sausage for some reason. I love the way sausage kind of adds to the flavor. Like I said, I make this every New Year's Day. I also make this several times during the year because I love it. If you guys like this video, or if you try it, please leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. Have a happy New Year's, and thank you.